The roar of the engine was intoxicating. It was a sound that promised power, speed, and a rush of adrenaline. For a moment it felt like the world was at your fingertips, ready to be conquered. The hum of the engine was more than just a noise. It was a siren call to push boundaries, to test limits, and to feel truly alive. But beneath that thrilling sound lay a hidden danger, a risk that many fail to see until it's too late. The speedometer needle climbed higher, pushing the limits. Each tick upward was a testament to the car's power and the driver's daring. The landscape outside blurred into a streak of colors, a testament to the incredible speed. With every passing second the car seemed to defy gravity, gliding effortlessly over the asphalt. But with each increase in speed the margin for error shrank, and the potential for disaster grew exponentially. A burst of adrenaline, a fleeting sense of freedom, and then, impact. Metal shrieked against metal. The car, once a symbol of freedom, became a cage of twisted steel. In an instant the exhilarating ride turned into a nightmare. The force of the collision was unimaginable, a violent jolt that shattered the illusion of invincibility. The world spun out of control, and in that moment, everything changed. Glass shattered, spraying like deadly confetti. Each shard was a reminder of the fragility of life, a testament to the destructive power of speed. The once clear windows now fragmented into countless pieces, each one a potential threat. The sound of breaking glass was deafening, a stark contrast to the silence that followed. It was a moment frozen in time, a split second that would have lasting repercussions. Silence descended, heavy and absolute, broken only by the faint, desperate moans of the injured. The aftermath of the crash was a scene of chaos and despair. Emergency responders rushed to the site, their faces grim as they assessed the damage. The air was thick with the smell of burning rubber and gasoline, a stark reminder of the violence that had just occurred. The injured lay scattered, their cries a haunting echo of the crash's brutality. This is the terrifying reality of a speeding-related accident, a tragedy that unfolds on our roads with alarming frequency, leaving behind a trail of devastation and heartbreak. Each incident is a stark reminder of the consequences of reckless driving. The flashing lights of emergency vehicles cast an eerie glow on the scene, highlighting the wreckage and the lives forever altered. It's a sight that no one should have to witness, yet it happens all too often. Imagine the young parents, their faces etched with worry, rushing to the hospital, their hearts pounding with a terrifying premonition. Each step they take is filled with dread, each second a torturous wait for news. The sterile hospital walls offer no comfort, only amplifying their fear. They cling to hope, praying for a miracle. But, deep down, they know that their lives may never be the same again. Imagine the doctor, his voice heavy with sorrow, delivering the news that will forever shatter their world. His words are like daggers, each one piercing their hearts. The weight of his message is almost unbearable, a cruel reality that they must now face. The room seems to close in around them, the air thick with grief. In that moment, their worst fears are realized, and their world is turned upside down. Imagine the empty chair at the dinner table, the silent room that once echoed with laughter, the future dreams now lying in ruins. Each empty seat is a painful reminder of the loss, a void that can never be filled. The photos on the wall tell a story of happier times, a stark contrast to the present reality. The silence is deafening, a constant reminder of what once was, and what will never be again. These are the unbearable consequences of speeding, a reckless act with the power to extinguish lives and tear families apart. The memorials by the roadside stand as silent witnesses to the tragedy, each one a testament to a life cut short. Flowers and photographs mark the spot where dreams were shattered, a poignant reminder of the fragility of life. It's a sobering reality, one that should make us all think twice before we decide to speed. The statistics paint a chilling picture. Numbers, often seen as cold and impersonal, take on a haunting significance when they represent human lives. Each digit, each percentage point, is a stark reminder of the real-world consequences of our actions on the road. In 2022 alone, speeding claimed the lives of over 12,000 people on American roads. This staggering figure is not just a statistic, it is a reflection of the countless families who have been shattered by the sudden loss of a loved one. Imagine the ripple effect of each of these tragedies, spreading grief and sorrow through communities. That's more than 33 lives lost every single day. Mothers, fathers, sons, daughters, friends, and colleagues, gone in an instant. Each day, families are left to pick up the pieces, to navigate a new reality without their loved ones. The pain and heartache are immeasurable, and the void left behind is impossible to fill. Speeding is a factor in nearly a third of all fatal crashes, a grim reminder that this reckless behavior is a leading cause of death and injury on our roads. The consequences of speeding extend far beyond the immediate crash. They lead to long-term physical and emotional trauma for survivors and a lifetime of grief for those who have lost someone dear. Behind these cold, hard numbers are countless stories of unimaginable loss. Each statistic is a person, a life with dreams, aspirations, and loved ones. The numbers may be faceless, but the pain they represent is all too real. Families gather at memorials, holding on to memories and each other, trying to find solace in their shared grief. Each statistic represents a life cut short, a family torn apart, a community left reeling in the wake of tragedy. The impact of these losses is felt far and wide, affecting not just immediate family members but friends, co-workers, and entire communities. The collective grief is a heavy burden that we all share. The numbers don't lie. Speeding is a deadly epidemic, a public health crisis that demands our urgent attention. It is a call to action for all of us to take responsibility for our actions on the road. We must recognize the gravity of the situation and work together to create safer driving habits and enforce stricter regulations. We can no longer afford to ignore the human cost of this reckless behavior. The time for change is now. By raising awareness, supporting stricter enforcement of speed limits, and fostering a culture of responsible driving, we can save lives. Each of us has a role to play in making our roads safer and preventing further tragedies. The numbers may be daunting, but together we can make a difference. Speed may thrill, but it also kills. The laws of physics are unforgiving, and when it comes to driving, speed dramatically amplifies the risks. The faster a vehicle travels, the less time a driver has to react to hazards, and the longer it takes to come to a complete stop. At higher speeds, even small mistakes can have catastrophic consequences. The energy involved in a crash increases exponentially with speed. A car traveling at 60 miles per hour has 4 times the kinetic energy of a car traveling at 30 miles per hour. This means that the forces unleashed in a high-speed crash are devastating, often resulting in severe injuries or fatalities. The impact is akin to being hit by a wrecking ball, with the human body simply unable to withstand the immense forces involved. Section 4. Behind the wheel, the human element. While the physics of speed are clear, understanding why people speed is complex. Factors such as impatience, aggression, risk-taking behavior, and a false sense of invincibility all contribute to this dangerous habit. Young male drivers in particular are overrepresented in speed-related crashes, often fueled by a sense of invincibility and a desire to push limits. However, it's not just young drivers who speed. Many adults engage in this risky behavior, often citing time pressure, stress, or simply a disregard for traffic laws. Distracted driving, whether from mobile phones, passengers, or other distractions, further exacerbates the dangers of speeding, reducing reaction time and impairing judgment. Section 5. When the road bites back. Speeding in adverse conditions. Driving conditions play a crucial role in road safety, and speeding becomes even more treacherous when the weather takes a turn for the worse. The combination of high speeds and adverse weather conditions can create a perfect storm of hazards that even the most experienced drivers may struggle to navigate. It's not just about the speed itself, but how the speed interacts with the environment around you. Rain, snow, ice, fog, and even strong winds can significantly reduce tire traction and increase braking distances. When the road is wet, the water creates a thin layer between the tires and the asphalt, leading to a phenomenon known as hydroplaning. This can cause the vehicle to lose contact with the road surface, making steering and braking almost impossible. Similarly, ice and snow can create a slippery surface that reduces the effectiveness of your tires, making it difficult to maintain control of the vehicle. In these conditions, speeding dramatically increases the risk of losing control of the vehicle, leading to hydroplaning, skidding, and potentially fatal crashes. The faster you drive, the less time you have to react to unexpected obstacles or changes in the road conditions. This can be particularly dangerous in adverse weather, where visibility is often reduced and the road surface is unpredictable. Despite the obvious dangers, many drivers fail to adjust their speed to match the prevailing conditions. This can be due to a variety of factors, including overconfidence in their driving abilities, a sense of urgency to reach their destination, or simply a lack of awareness of the risks involved. It's important to remember that no matter how skilled a driver you are, you cannot control the weather or the road conditions. Overconfidence, a sense of urgency, or simply a lack of awareness can lead drivers to maintain dangerous speeds even when visibility is poor or road surfaces are slick. This can create a false sense of security, leading drivers to believe that they are in control when in reality, they are at the mercy of the elements. It's crucial to adjust your speed to match the conditions and to be aware of the limitations of your vehicle and your own driving abilities. This disregard for the changing environment transforms a routine drive into a high-stakes gamble with potentially tragic consequences. The best way to stay safe on the road is to be aware of the conditions and to adjust your driving accordingly. Slow down, increase your following distance, and be prepared for the unexpected. Remember, it's better to arrive late than not at all. By taking the time to drive safely, you can help to ensure that you and your passengers arrive at your destination safely.